A very, very good evening to you. Welcome, 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 I say. Lovely to have you with us. And we're live on the big one, the internet phone in. Nothing gets past me. 9 o'clock on Saturday night. Come and join us because we have a lot to talk about tonight. And as always, so little time to do it in. Fantastic. I'm Scottie McClue. If you happen to be an outsider from another planet and you've just arrived on Earth, hashtag FloatI, the first lord of the internet. How good is that wonderful Dinky-Doo? Dinky-Doo best goose. A Dinky-Doo Lala, says the wonderful Beachy. How lovely to have you all with us. And welcome, 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 I say, to Scottie McClue's Internet Phone In. 1 hour of superb scintillating information, education, and entertainment, not just for one nation, but for all the nations of the world where you can get an internet connection. Hello, says Walkie Stoosh. Hello, Walkie Stoosh. The Mafota Tofik. Thank you so much for my beautiful gifts. What a lovely, lovely thing to do. So there you are. Fantastic stuff. Terrific generosity from you guys. And it's very, very much appreciated, I can tell you. Now, we have a lot to get through tonight, so I hope you'll get to the telephones. We'll open up the lines and we'll see who is about. Bonjour, mon ami, says Robert. Robert, I thank you so much. Bonjour to you. The Map Boto official, thank you for your beautiful red roses. Thank you, 45, Matty, for my lovely, lovely presents. You are very, very kind. The whole lot of you, I say. Now, what are we talking about? There's Susan saying, hi, Scottie, how are you? We are absolutely Dinky-Doo, Susan, and ready to do business on Saturday night's phone in. How amazing is that? Let's have a blast on here tonight. A mad one, says Joey. Absolutely, Joey. We always have a blast on here. Good evening, Scottie. It was good to chat to you last Saturday. Gordon, it was an absolute privilege, and I hope you didn't mind. But I downloaded our call, and I've sent it round as many people as possible because I think it was excellent. So there you are. Great to see you, Scottie. You're looking great. Hope you've recovered, sir. Paul, thank you for that. I am so much better. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Hi from Quebec in Canada, says Robert. Hello, Robert. We love you in Quebec in Canada. We says to you, bonjour, ça va, mon ami. Excellent stuff. Quebec. Yes, how lovely is that? Oui, d'accord. Now then, Dinky-Doo, Scottie, saw Dinky-Doo to you, Dava. And there we are. We love it. Good evening, Mr. Blue. How lovely to have you with us. Nick Tasker, Dinky-Doo. Hello from Martin and Emma. Lovely to have you with us. Hello, Scottie. Hello, Martin. How good to have you with us. And a big Dinky-Doo. Now, let's see what's happening here. Right, just stick with me and we'll see what we can do. Right, excellent stuff. I'm going to open the phone line, so do come and join us. Good French, dear friend. Oui, mon ami. Scott, if you don't mind me asking, what's your favourite island? I don't know. I'm very fond of Iona and, of course, Mull. Very fond of Mull as well. It's a big favourite of mine. Dinky-Doo to you, Scottie McClue. All right, Mush, says Weaver. Oh, we're fabulous, Weaver. We are absolutely Dinky-Doo. That's what it's all about. Hello, you're live at Scotty's Phone In. Who's that? Nobody. Right, there we are. I thought we had somebody calling us there, but apparently not. There's Streaky Bacon. Streaky Bacon is in the house, guys. Fantastic stuff. Mull is a great island. Oh, an excellent island. We do love it. You're live at Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Hello, Scott. It's Martin, man. How are you?
Hello, Martin, man. How are you, son?
I'm very, very well.
Are you Dinky-Doo?
Dinky-Doo. I am up to 320 episodes of Take the High Road so far.
Wow, that's well on. That is, I can tell you.
Season 5 now.
Oh, wow, that's very, very good. Very, very good indeed.
I am up to all the Dougal episodes now. The ones when they get married and all that stuff.
Oh, wow, fantastic. So I need to have a look at all this. I'll need to refresh because you see, I watched it at the time.
Yes. Have have you met someone called Daniel O'Donnell, the
Yeah.
Irish singer?
Yes, I have. Yes, a lovely, lovely chap. I appeared on national television with him.
He's a fantastic singer.
Beautiful singer, absolutely, and a lovely, lovely person, I'll tell you that.
I know he is.
So there we are, fantastic. And are you okay, Martin?
Yes, I'm very, very well. How
Yeah.
are you finding all the Saturday night shows?
Oh, the night shows, wonderful, actually. I mean, I think the Saturday night is the one.
Yes.
That's definitely a winner, Martin. There is no doubt about that. And we need to get people coming to the YouTube channel and subscribing and tapping the bell and let everybody know that the phone-in is on. Yes. So, I mean, are we going out okay on YouTube? Has anybody checked tonight?
You are doing very well. You sounds okay. It sounds good.
Lovely. And there's not two starting at the same time, no?
No.
Good.
Because I am like to phone in first time and you disconnect me. That's why I have to phone back in again because we have lost signal at the very, very start.
I lost the signal at the start. Yes, I didn't disconnect you. Just there was nobody there.
I know. But I did say hello, but it's fine. It's good. It was good I phoned in to you anyway. But,
excellent, Martin. And you take great care of yourself.
Somebody's got a Christmas tree up down in my village still.
Still got a Christmas tree up? Oh, for goodness sake!
I know they are not going to bring them down, and they brought out the Easter eggs now, and they brought all the summer stuff in, like all the slides, all the summer houses. They brought all that back in the shops now.
Wow, they're getting off there, Mark. Well, they'll need to get recovering from all this having to shut down.
I know, but I think January is quite a depressing month for people because it's like the night before in December. People are like they're curating from like money problems, like they're not getting any money left.
Well, that's because they've spent too much on Christmas, I think.
Yes, I know.
But also, it's been very, very tough on a lot of people this year. Do you know what I mean?
And that Hogmanay bash is very, very good.
The Hogmanay bash, yes.
I'm still downloading all your phone-ins as well.
Top man. You're a top man. That's lovely. Martin, lovely to talk to you. I'd better dash, and we'll catch up soon.
Okay, love you, Scottie.
Love you lots, and dinky-doo. There we are. That's our Martin. Martin likes to get in first. Well done, I say. Hi, Scottie. Great to have found you again, says Steve. Used to listen to you every night on Hallam FM in the 90s. What a fabulous radio station that was. Here we go here. Are you a lawyer, says Lee. So there we are. Have you ever been to Asia, Scottie? No, I haven't been to Asia, Tam. Bring on the light nights again. Yes, follow us as soon as you possibly can, guys. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Very, very important. God save our gracious Queen, says Darren. Absolutely, Darren. Echoed by everyone. You're good here in Yorkshire on YouTube, Scottie. Float eyes, streaky bacon. Fantastic. Streaky bacon, can you just check for me that there aren't two YouTubes that have started at the same time? That's the only one I want to know because we're in the middle of a bit of a social media experiment here. Fantastic stuff. Right, wait till I see what's going on here. Hang on a wee second. Bear with me. Oh, I just need to get to you. I can see you. You're live in Scottie's phone-in. Who's that?
Good evening, Scottie. It's Thomas from Glasgow.
Thomas from Glasgow. How lovely to hear you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the internet phone-in.
Yes, I'm just wanting to wish you a happy new year and hopefully your year's a lot better this year, Scottie.
I hope so, Thomas. Hopefully it's good for us all, and that's so very kind of you. Did you have a chance to hear the Hogmanay show?
No, I've not had a chance as yet. My uncle passed over on the Monday after Hogmanay.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
We've had a busy time.
Yes, you will have had a very tough time of it all.
Yeah.
Oh, but listen, it's great to hear from you. That is just brilliant.
Yes. What do you think about all this carry on down in Westminster at the present moment?
Well, I don't want to comment until they've done their investigation, but it looks pretty dodgy to me, to be quite honest, and I'm pretty appalled at what I am hearing. You know, that's the thing. I mean, I must confess, I've been pretty unimpressed with the whole setup from the Brexit, you know.
Yes, yes.
Really, just to be quite honest with you, just awful stuff.
And you've got other politics, what's his name? Smog Wog, and that's what I call him, Smug Wog.
Well, it was interesting because I was saying he was trying to belittle, or somebody was trying to belittle Elgin, and saying that you know, they're in London, that Douglas Ross is in Elgin. Now, Elgin is a beautiful, beautiful place with a cathedral, albeit collapsed.
Douglas Ross as an MP and an MSP together, and it was his cabinet off the Rees-Mogg. It was trying to belittle him on the TV.
Yes, yes. Night. Well, you can't belittle Elgin because, I mean, it is a fantastic part of the world. I'd rather be in Elgin than London any day.
Yes.
I'll tell you that for nothing. That is so good to hear from you, and thank you so much for your call.
Okay, thank you, Scotty.
And
bye.
We'll catch up soon. All the best to you. Bless you. What a nice guy. Fantastic, guys. To the telephones as quickly as possible. Scotty, I can just see one. YouTube started 10 minutes ago. Thanks, Charlie. That's about right. So there we go. Good evening, Scotty. Dinky-Doo. Forgot to congratulate and thank you for your interview with our Ron on Johnston Sound a few weeks ago. It was absolutely excellent. Andy McClue, I thank you very much. What a super station you have there. It was a privilege to come on and have a chit-chat. Happy New Year, says Kichin. Tam and Shug. I flew there and landed in the beach. Awesome scenery. I've been to Barra. There we are. Fantastic. We love that. Right. Who's calling here? Let's see what's going on. You're live in Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, son. It's David. You okay?
Oh, hello, son. How lovely to have you with us.
Good, man. How are you? You okay? How's your health?
My health is getting a lot better, thank you, David. And also been helped by beautiful people like yourself.
Well, that's good, son. And as I said, you need to take care of yourself because we know something. Anyway, I'm worried about you. But anyway...
Now, listen, that is so good of you. And your call was so good last week. We uploaded it to YouTube.
See, you're uploading things, and I didn't see it because obviously I'm busy. I'm also sometimes a bit down with COPD. But
of course,
I'm all right.
But we'll still get it. Get John to look it out for you.
I will do.
Excellent call last week, and it's our David.
Scotty, just to let you know, your wee face keeps sticking on the screen, but don't worry about that. There's something's gone wrong on the screen.
No, I'll tell you what it is. I think if you get too many people, see, the internet's like a big pipe. And if you shove too much information doing it, it slows it. So that's all that will be happening because we're very, very busy.
Good, my friend. You know what I mean? Oh, can I just say, Emmerdale Mina on Thursday, Mina, she's moved to Glasgow now.
Oh, she's a baddie, isn't she? They'll get her yet, I hope. But, oh, for goodness sake. And poor old man Pete in the hoppy because she got knocked down by the vicar.
She got knocked down by the vicar,
Oh,
and I was like, oh my, I didn't know. I thought she was okay, 13 at the night, and then I get back to Mina. She's in a van. She said the guy, "Oh, I like Scotland anyway."
Oh, I love Scotland. She's such a rascal, that one.
She might come out next door to me. I better watch myself.
But I'll tell you, I think everybody would be cheering when Dr. Liam stuck one on her.
Oh yes.
Yes, he gave her a right good belt, you know.
He did, but I just thought she was going to chuck him after that big rock in the woods.
Well, that's it, the big rock in the woods. I thought she was going to welly him with that.
But anyway, she's covered that box and ducks, the box. That's all the things she took for the dead body.
Oh, Liam found the box. Yes. So that's something. Oh, my goodness me.
Honestly, do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't, but I'll tell you though, see if a house came up in that village, I wouldn't buy it.
Oh, never that, not at all, my God.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm scared to go to the shop. She might fucking get me.
Did you just say a naughty word? You'll get me shut down. Fantastic. But listen, it's lovely to hear you. And are you well yourself?
I'm fine, son. I'm good, son.
Right,
know,
you're
it's
very,
so-
very
so
good. Just you
January.
take great care because of your
Aye.
bellows.
We're all good. You know what I mean, Scott?
All's good in the hood, I say.
By the way, where's Kareem?
Kareem, well, last week Kareem let slip that he'd gone for a light refreshment to a public house.
Oh, did he? Right.
The wee soul, he deserves it. I mean, he worked so hard, that man.
I know he's a good teacher, you know.
And it was good of him to fess up, and he said he might join us tonight, so that would be good.
Well, that's good. Also, that last chat the guy phoned you in about 10 Downing Street. Oh, do you know what? He's got to go. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I think, we'll see what happens, but he's not looking good.
No.
And it's quite interesting to see who's got a hold of the knives and they're ready to step in, you know.
This so-called judge is going to take on his inquiry, this judge who's a lady.
Well, we need to let that go through because that's sort of a legal thing. So we'll let that go through and then we'll see what happens. But, you know, I mean, I like the MP that stood up and said, would it not be better to investigate what days there wasn't a party?
He was amazing. I watched on Wednesday afternoon. I watched all. I was howling watching it on the chair.
Just absolutely.
Parking. I've seen that. You know, the big house parliament.
Aye.
And they're saying, you've got to go. You've got to go.
You know, absolutely. But we'll see what happens because we know that Boris has held a lot of top jobs, but he doesn't stay very long.
She's got to see behind the scenes. We're not so sure if you're really corrupted. He can pay after that judge.
Well, we don't know what's going on. We'll not go into all that.
There you go. Do you know what I mean? We don't know.
We don't know what's going on.
Oh,
so that's it. But we shall no doubt find out in due course.
Of course, son. Right, I love you, my friend.
A dinky-doo.
And I'm sorry for swearing again.
No, you're all right. Don't worry about it. You're an awful man.
Thank you.
Lots of love to you, dinky-doo la.
Dinky-doo la, Scottie.
Dinky-doo la. Fantastic. That's your Davy. What a character. Right, there we are. Here's everybody, dinky-doo. Happy New Year, says Kishan. Thank you for my 10 mini speakers. Disco Pete. Hello there, Sir Scottie. A big hello from Drumchapel and Royston. I hope you're well. Scott Fraser. That's a lovely thing to say. And dinky-doo to you, I say. You're live at Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hi, Scottie. How you doing?
Hey, Glenn. We wondered where you were, Lala. It's Glenn from Sheffield. Now, we knew that the wee one was born at 2 o'clock on New Year's Day. Was that right?
It was, yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Early days, yeah.
Yeah, early days. There's the lovely Connor sending me wheats.
Sleepless nights, bottle changing, nappy changing, the usual kit and caboodle with it.
Oh, gosh, are you doing all your stuff?
I'm not getting too bad considering it's a 18-year job, 18 to 20-odd-year job now, isn't it?
You're fantastic. So lovely to hear from you.
How are you doing, Scottie, anyway?
Hey, no, we're great. Listen, the Saturday nights, that's the answer, Glenn. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you think to BJ then, Scottie?
Oh, well, I mean, it's not looking too good at the moment, is it? But he's remarkably non-stick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Everything what gets thrown at him in Houses of Parliament on question time. He seems to reflect it. He seems to throw it back, doesn't he?
Well, yes, he does, and of course he does the bumbling act.
Do you reckon?
Well, I mean, you know.
Do you reckon that's a bit put on that just to get?
Oh, of course, that's a bit of style. That yes, lots of. I don't know where I am and what's happening here.
I'm so confused.
Sorry, I didn't realise it was a party.
Oh, come on. You can't sugarcoat it, can you?
You know, you can't kid a kidder, you know?
You know when they were all throwing things at him, though, he did brilliant to bounce it back off, though, didn't he, to be fair, Scottie?
Yeah, oh yes. I mean, I mean, listen, the guy's very, very experienced and he's very good at what he does. But having said that, if it comes out that people were misled, then there isn't really a defence for that.
He ain't got a case, has he?
Do you see what I mean?
He's got no.
And I mean, for goodness sake, a party going on the night before Prince Philip's funeral, going into that day that was a day of national mourning.
Put it this way, he ain't got a leg to stand on, Scotty, then, has he?
No. So that's, I mean, that's that. But anyway, we're not going to take up our time with that. This is mainstream media stuff. We've got other things. I want to talk about banning swearing on social media.
Do you think people do it unknown, Scotty, that they just do it unconsciously?
Well, you shouldn't. You see, you shouldn't do it. I mean, we need to get out of this habit of swearing. And every single social media thing I look at, even the ones that are very good, as soon as that person swears, it devalues the whole post.
Is that in terms of what they put on Facebook?
Yeah, they put anything. They put a video up and they go, you know, we're talking about the Prime Minister. This is effing ridiculous. And I think, oh, what a shame. You've you've devalued your post.
You can express your feelings.
I just scroll past. As soon as I hear the swear word, scroll past, finished.
You can express your feelings without being vulgar, though, Scotty, can't you?
Of course you can. Hey, what about this? There's Neil. Good evening, Scotty, from a cold Norwich. Dinky-Doo, Captain.
Do you think they just do it because they don't know any better than Scotty, or do you think it's...
No, I think they could not do it. I think the next thing to do is not to do it. There's Scott in Barra.
It's not educated. It's not very educational, though, is it really?
No. Well, there's nothing educational about that. I mean, any idiot can swear.
They seem to think that it's acceptable, don't they? I mean, when your posts do get put up, they do get administrated by Facebook, don't they?
Yeah, well, it does. We're not going to single out any platform.
Well, all different social media.
All platforms, all social media platforms, there are people who swear, and they should be made not to. There should be filters to filter it out.
Yeah. But they definitely get administrated by people above, don't they?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, sometimes you can put a tiny thing. I once got censured for calling somebody a green-eyed monster. And then somebody else had been on effing and jeffing, and I said to them, no, it hasn't broken any of our community guidelines.
Come on, get real in this. You know what I mean, Scott? It's like something worse and more offensive. Yours isn't even an offensive thing what you're saying, and somebody says something so
green-eyed monster, banned for a day. You know what I mean? Hello, Scotty from the Isle of Barra. Camera, how? Says Ewan.
You don't even know what the guidelines are these days.
No,
social media.
It's very, very difficult. They get very fudged, but they should be no swearing, no bad language.
Like you said, Scotty, I think with the filters and that, they should put filters on them, shouldn't they?
That's it. Filters on the language, Glenn. Glenn, all the best. I'm going to have to dash, but you take great care, lad. And Dinky-Doo. Love to the wee one. Fantastic. That's our Glenn. Wonderful stuff. Now, do you know Alexander Fleming, says Luca? Well, Alexander Fleming has sadly passed away, but I know of him. He was an Ayrshire man. Fantastic. I seriously agree with you. It should be stopped. You wouldn't write that to someone in a letter. Chris, you're absolutely 100% correct. You're live at Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Scotty, it's Kareem. How are we?
Kareem, how lovely to have you with us. David was asking for you.
Thank you. No, I was out of town again, but I'm heading home, and I thought I need to phone Scotty.
How wonderful. And I loved the fact that you had a light refreshment last week. If anybody is deserving of one, it's you.
Yeah, thank you, Scotty. And thank you to David for asking for me there as well. Hope he's well.
Oh, they love you on here, Kareem. I mean, it's not the fun. It's not the same without Kareem. You know?
Well, thank you, Scotty.
How's things going? Are you okay?
Everything's well, Scotty. Just busy at work as usual.
Yep.
And just plodding on, I would say.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. That's what you've got to do at this time of year. Very early starts. You're driving to your work in the dark. You're usually coming home in the dark.
Yeah.
You know?
Scotty, I don't know if this was discussed last week, but if we're talking about New Year resolutions, etc., like stuff that we want to achieve, I'm not going to get too mind boggled. I think something I want to do this year is not too much politics.
Yes, I think so. I mean, I think we're getting fed too much politics. I would rather they scrapped a lot of the politics on the media and brought back comedy. They used to say that politics was show business for ugly people. You see? And I would like to see a lot more comedy on the television rather than all these current affairs programs and what have you. See, when I was wee, you hardly heard a peep out of the government.
Yes.
They made the odd headline in the broadsheet newspapers.
Yes.
And then they had to behave themselves, and they were kind of fairly grey characters, usually men, in the background. The House of Commons, there was a little bit of radio broadcasting, and when it was the Prime Minister speaking, you'd get a slide of their face, and you would hear Prime Minister's question times. And that was it. But now they're all, oh, the cameras are in, let's get up and do our stuff.
Right.
You see, and I think we're getting far too much of our politicians, and the problem is they're going to make themselves media sick so that people are going to say, I've just switched that off.
Yes, yes.
Is there nothing else on? You know, we've had 2 solid years of pandemic and fear. And now we've got, here's what's been going on behind the scenes during that 2 years.
Yeah, it's quite, I was outraged, Scottie, and I won't go into it, but you've seen the Queen when Prince Philip passed away sitting on her own, and you've seen it in the newspaper.
Yes.
Having to abide by the law, the rules of the land.
Yes.
Well, these politicians are all in, having a massive party, no social distancing, and I think she will be personally, she'll be insulted by that.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what people don't realise, just what a fabulous lady the Queen is. After the funeral, somebody told her that some certain people had arrived, and she said, oh, I must have a word. You know, so and everything would be done properly. She observed all the social distancing. You see, had we not had the pandemic, Prince Philip's funeral would probably have taken place in Westminster Abbey, and people would have been invited from all over the world.
Yes.
All over the Commonwealth. It would have been a massive, probably a whole day on the television and another week of mourning, you know. And it would have been very, very interesting just to mark an incredible life. However, the simple service was wonderful. And the Queen was outstanding. And I know St. George's Chapel inside out. I've been going to it since childhood. And what you'll find, the royal vaults are there. When I first went in, you see, they don't always bury the monarch at the time. They put them on a shelf sometimes.
Right, okay.
And the Queen Mother said that in 1969, bearing in mind her husband had died in 1952, she said, I want to bury the king. So there was a little chapel opened in 1969 within St. George's Chapel, and I remember standing at it, and it was a very simple black headstone that said George V1.
Right, okay.
And then when the Queen Mother passed away, and was it 2000 or 2001, you know, I remember she had her wishes were to be buried beside the king. Because when you're burying a king, there's an interesting old ceremony. They break a little ivory rod over the coffin.
Right, okay.
You know, it's very interesting. There's lots of things like, I can remember somebody telling me what happens when the Pope dies. And although they're choosing a new one, the old one, they go up and they have a tiny little ivory hammer and tap him 3 times on the forehead to see if there's a reaction.
Right.
It's just all these simple things, just very interesting. Ancient tradition that we're not all always party to, you know? Hey, Kareem, what about this? Hello, Scottie, are the badges for sale yet? Punk rocking made swearing a trend in the 80s. seriously agree with you. It's all about control now. Great call, Scottie, says the wonderful, don't read my name out. And what does Phil the Greek wouldn't give Blair the war criminal a knighthood? J.D. Donnelly, I'm not sure about that. Phil was not a Greek, he was Danish. So there you are. That'll sort you out. That'll give you something to chew over tonight. But I know that Tony Blair could have taken up his place a lot earlier, I would have thought.
Right. I found that interesting, Scottie. I know you done a video about swearing and how you lose the value of the argument when you start writing a lot of swear words.
That's what we're going to discuss tonight, Kareem, I think just before you phoned.
Yeah, and I just think, I think it just shows, well, does it show a lack of education? Does it show that you're trying to be big and hard? Are you trying to be aggressive? Or should you be just taking everything in?
Well, whatever reason for it, I think it might be a combination of all three. And for whatever reason they're doing it, they're devaluing their post. So I might look at a post and say, what a super post. And then the person F's and Jeffs. And I just scroll past, I think, oh, that one's finished. That's for the bin.
Yeah. I wouldn't swear. I think it's very, on a post, it's very distasteful. And it does show you up. It makes your argument weaker, I think, if you're just using
it completely weakens it. I was watching a guy and he held up the newspaper and said, this is effing outrageous. And I just scrolled past. If he'd said, this is outrageous, I would have been interested in seeing the next bit.
Yeah. No, I agree, Scottie.
You know, so I mean, social media companies, they've got the filters to do it. I can remember when I had my own forum, and it was long before there were any of these sites. McClue had his own forum on McClue's website, scottie-mcclue.com. 10 million people have visited. And I can remember we had a great thing, and I found out that some people were calling me this and that. So I took these words and put them through a filter, you know, so it said things like Scottie is a love. Scottie is an angel. And that was it instead of Scottie is a, you know.
Yeah, very clever.
And it was very, very funny to read it. And I think these people would be extremely annoyed when they read their post.
I was clever, Scottie. I like that one.
You know, so that was that one. So you had these people on desperate to do you down. It's very interesting. If you're very successful, people will do you down. And I was very, very chuffed this week because my old boss sent me a message and he said, thank you, Scottie, for turning a £500,000 project into a £26 million success story. And it was so lovely to have that acknowledged by a top professional.
Yeah. It's those little things that push you and keep you going, doesn't it?
You know, I mean, I thought that's exactly what we did. And as somebody said, what would you say is your greatest achievement? You know, it can either be getting young people through exams, or it can be turning a £500,000 project into a £26 million success story.
I read earlier on, Scottie, I can't remember where it came from, but it was an inspirational quote, and it says, a ship.
Sorry, we're missing that, Kareem. Say again.
Sorry, there was a quote earlier on, and it says, a ship will never sink. It will only sink when water enters it. That's the same with a person. If you let negativity into your life, you will sink.
Yes.
Don't let negativity into your life.
Yes. Well, as you know, I've only met one bad man, and that bad man was all about negativity, and I had to not let that enter my life any more than it already had, and I had to get the positivity going right away to counter it.
It's hard. About your Scottie, there'll be people listening just now on your show. The month of January is a very hard month for a lot of people. It's dark nights. people are financially struggling after Christmas. We need to try and find ways to keep positive.
Yes.
Keep everyone going.
That's what it's about. And that's why I love doing the phone-ins, because I think it helps.
Yeah.
You know, and we need to get the message out there. And I'm convinced the Saturday night, 9 o'clock, is the right way to go.
Yeah. And Scottie, that might change when the summer nights come in and it's lighter. You know, you might adjust your times and your days just to suit everybody's needs.
Yes. Oh, yes, we can do that. I mean, we'll discuss that at the time. But what's amazing is that we're now halfway through January and already the nights are starting to get lighter.
I've noticed that it's after, was it 5 o'clock just now, just before?
Yes,
5,
I thought I can actually see. I came home the other night, I thought I could see. Kareem, take great care of your dear self. I'm going to dash on, and many, many blessings.
Thank you. I'll speak to you next week, Scottie. Dinky-Doo.
Look forward to it. Dinky-Doo, chum. What a top man. That's our Kareem. There we are. Wonderful guy, and very, very good calls, of course. There we are. There's Gordon. Dinky-Doo. Share the live, guys, and follow me as soon as you come on. There we are. All right, Ewan, you're not banned. Thank you, Ryan. He is not banned. You're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, who's that?
Sandy Fairbank, Scottie.
Sandy, lovely to have you with us. From Edinburgh.
No, Glasgow, Dinky-Doo.
From Glasgow, Dinky-Doo, la. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome.
Well, I phoned you at Hogmanay and I was asking about them by the potty teat.
Yes, the potty teat. I remember that. And obviously it was getting on late into the night and Hogmanay people had a refreshment. And I'm not sure the potty teat was top of their list. Did you find out any more about it?
I did, and it goes way back to a clan called the Lamonts.
How amazing.
The Lamonts, they were the first clan to make potty teat.
Wow.
That's what it says in that's what it says in their motto.
Wow.
Neither spare or dispose.
Neither spare or dispose. That's right. Make potty teat.
Yeah, that's it.
Neither stint nor want.
And I found that
Nick Parker's next Spernus. What did you find?
It's a coo's head and a pig's head. But in the poorer areas of Glasgow, like Carntine and Rickazy, it would be a sheep's head.
A sheep's head, right. Now, do you know what? Here's one for you then. Do you know what a poor man was in Glasgow?
I reckon it's something to do with Celtic Football Club.
No. A poor man. You went to an old tavern in the city. We're talking back maybe a couple of 100 years. And you could have a poor man for your lunch. And a poor man was a leg of mutton and a jug of claret.
Another word, potty teat.
It doesn't sound too poor to me. Do you know what I mean?
Can you even buy mutton?
Yeah, yes, I think you probably can. Yes, mutton is really just the sheep.
I even found out that Robbie Burns made a poem about potty teat.
Yes, I bet he did. If you get the full works of Robbie Burns, it's fascinating.
Yeah, well, can I hear this wee shorty chopper?
Yes.
Here we go. It's called Some Hae Meat and Can Eat, and some would eat that want it. But we have meat and we can eat, and say the Lord be thank it.
Absolutely. And do you know what that's called? Do you know what that piece is called?
Well, there's 3 versions of it, but that's the one I've picked out.
That's the Selkirk Grace.
Right.
Some hae meat and canna eat, and some wad eat but want it. But we hae meat and we can eat, so let the Lord be thank it.
So who came up with that one?
That was Robbie Burns. Robbie Burns, the Selkirk Grace. And that was the one he used to say before the meal.
Right. So Epic Shepherd came out with one as well, but I didn't know.
Epic Shepherd, James Hogg, yes.
Yeah.
Another marvellous man.
As well.
And James Hogg, St Mary's Loch, the Grey Mare's Tail down the borders. You would go off at Moffat and drive up into the hills. And there's Tibby Shields Inn. And I've sat and had lunch in the window at Tibby Shields Inn in days gone by, and it was just wonderful. And I thought, I'm sitting in such a historic part of the world.
Well, you should have went to the Boffey with his grandfather stayed. I can't remember the name. It's something hall.
Right.
In the borders.
But I'll tell you another thing about Burns. Although he was very much a man's man and a poor man and a ladies' man and all that stuff, he was also very, very popular and well connected with the aristocracy. They loved him.
You've got to get along, haven't you?
You've got to rub along, haven't you?
Nothing changes. But you were talking earlier about swearing.
Yes. It just on social media.
Yeah, but swearing's just a part of vocabulary.
No, it's not, you see. If you're doing a piece, the swearing is what you would call extraneous. So if you say this is ridiculous and you put in this is effing ridiculous, then that's extraneous. Why have you put that in?
Well, if I drop a hammer on my toe, I'm not going to say, I'm going to say, Jesus Christ or something.
Or something. You know? Well, yes, take the Lord's name in vain. But there used to be a lovely wee joke that if Her Majesty the Queen hit her nail with a hammer, she would go on a short, informal walkabout.
Yeah, and you just mentioned Her Majesty the Queen, and I'm glad you done that. Because I was always, it's like, I wanted to find out, how did she own or buy the seabed?
How did she what?
How did she own the seabed?
Because it's Crown land.
Why is it Crown land?
It's Crown land because obviously when you come into territorial waters, you're in British territorial waters, and therefore the land's owned by the Crown.
Scotty, you're scratching about with that one.
No, not at all. The Crown Estates. It's part of the Crown Estates.
No.
Historical.
I think the monarchy is in its death throes, and you must know that.
Well, absolutely not, ever at all. And I'll tell you for why. Because people are getting hung up on personalities at the moment. But remember that the monarchy is as perennial as the grass. Scotland is actually, even before it was Scotland, there was a monarchy going back 2,347 years. And the Declaration of Arbroath is just a letter from the Scottish aristocracy to His Holiness the Pope saying, can we choose our own king? So you see, there's always been, because our symbol of authority is the crown. In 1603, Scotland united the crown by taking over the English crown. So the monarchy is actually a Scottish setup, right? It's a Scottish institution, and our symbol of authority is the crown. So we're always looking for a curator and custodian, and Her Majesty the Queen has filled that beautifully.
Yeah, but before that, do you know how the monarchy came about?
Well, you're going to tell us. I'd be very interested to see what you're going to say.
You must know. I'm going way back thousands of years why the monarchy came about.
Come on, then.
Well, because the strongest man in the gang took over the land, and he got his wee certificates to help him.
There you are.
It grew and it grew and it grew.
That's the way to do it.
He got his minions to help him keep hold of the land and tax the people, took the people off the poor.
There you go.
That's monarchy.
Well, that's not what happens now. The monarchy brings us in fortunes.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. No, this is what you don't understand. Listen, I'll explain it to you. See, just before the pandemic, the monarchy brought in £2 billion. Her Majesty paid 95 million in tax. That 2 billion went straight to the Exchequer. Her Majesty personally paid 95 billion in tax. She gives us 75% of her income. She runs all her office and everything from the Duchy of Lancaster, and the heir to the throne, the Prince of Wales, runs his from the Duchy of Cornwall. They bring in about £20 million a year, and that pays for all the offices. We shell out something like 167 million. They bring in over 2 billion.
and they take double back.
No, they don't. They don't take any of that. I've told you what they take. I've told you what it costs. It's not a contract. No, no. What you're trying on is the contract. I'm giving you the facts.
It's a contract.
Not a contract. Don't be silly. You just haven't realised the value in the crown, our symbol of authority.
They just took over the seabed.
No, they didn't take it over. They've had it for years and years. It's part of the Crown Estates.
But it's not the Crown Estates.
Yes, it is. The whole land, the whole of Great Britain is the Crown Estates. You can never own anything. You can only curate it.
Well, you know, Donald Jordan.
Go on.
They took took away the Scottish maritime border with Tony Blair to get the Parliament.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that's still in force.
Of course it is.
Because remember, Her Majesty the Queen is the head of state for Scotland and our sovereign lady.
No, Scotty.
No, that's a fact. You're going, no, Scotty. But I'm giving you the facts. I don't bother one way or the other. If you were right, I would agree with you. But you're not. So I'm telling you.
Okay, so do you think Your Majesty eats potted teeth then?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. I think they eat all sorts of things. Game and roadkill and blackcock and hare, and I would imagine all sorts of things.
I missed your wee joke at Ogmany when you said the stairhead. That was a good one.
The stairhead, absolutely. Listen, lovely talking to you, though, and take great care of yourself.
Thank you, Scott.
Dinky-Doo, Lala. Fantastic. Right, to the telephones as quickly as possible. We are very, very busy tonight. Follow us as soon as you can. Scotty, your country needs you. Will you replace Boris Johnson? Well, Charlie, I would need to become a politician first, I tell you. But there we are. To the telephones, let's hear from you. Time is very, very tight. If you've just joined us and you're wondering what on earth's going on, you're watching Scottie McClue, the First Lord of the Internet. Hashtag FLOTI, all uppercase, FLOTI, First Lord of the Internet. Start using that. Start sharing this, guys, as soon as you possibly can. Everybody on the YouTube channel should have subscribed. Right? Very, very important. So do subscribe. If you're following us on the TikTok, then for goodness sake, make sure you follow. There we are. Cod's Wallop, says J.D. Donnelly. They are outdated. Not at all. They'll never be outdated. That's what I'm saying. As long as our symbol of authority is the crown, we will have a monarchy. No outdating at all. That might suit some of you that don't understand how it works. You're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
Hi, Scotty, it's John.
John, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Dinky-Doo, lovely to hear from you.
Lovely to hear from you too.
What's
Scotty,
happening?
I have a question.
Yes.
What should I do if I'm getting bullied?
If you're getting bullied, stand up to the bully right away. Turn around and go,
Okay.
what is your problem?
Okay.
What is your problem? Don't run away. Tell everybody about it. Get everybody knowing about it, and then confront the bully. What is your problem?
Okay.
Because I'll tell you, the bully wishes he was you, and you're not going to get upset by this.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Top man. There we go. To the telephones, guys, as quickly as possible. Right. We've got lots of stuff here. What have we got here? You two yapping on about Emmerdale. Oh, my goodness. Fantastic. Hello, pal, says Thomas Hamilton. Get well soon, Jerry. I think the Scottish Tory leader's job may be in jeopardy for bringing the party into disrepute. Professor Nuptied, I think completely the opposite. I don't think there's any disrepute about that. And I think, actually, regardless of whatever you think of Douglas Ross, he has actually shot up in stature in the last few days. And what Jacob Rees-Mogg has done is just strengthen the case for independence. Fantastic. You're live in Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
Hi, it's Matey Boy. How are you?
Matey Boy, how are you, Dinky-Doo?
But it's actually
David.
David! I knew it was, but I thought if he wants to play charades, let's go.
Oh, sorry. I need to say sorry for swearing. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I caught up friction.
Oh no! But your swearing was slightly different.
Aye.
It wasn't on a social media video, if you know what I mean.
That's good. And by the way, I hope Matey Boy did phone in.
And it slipped out. Matey Boy might well phone. It would be lovely to hear him. Here, why am I talking to you? It's only one call a night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There we are. That's your Davy. Scott, great to see you again, buddy. I remember you with the great James Quayle. I can never forget. Absolutely. I like your hair. Thank you very much. Very good of you. There we go. There's Handsome saying, you can stick your indie. And he says, up your, and he mentions a version of Scottish language. So there you are. James Quayle, yes, indeed. I remember James very, very well. So there we get. Now, Handsome, we'll need to behave yourself. Don't be silly. Get the biggest one and knock him clean out. No, you can't do that. There we are. Yell at the bully. Ed, don't be silly. Ed's a wee bit silly sometimes. Hello, you're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
Scotty, Andy Fivers again. I meant to say something to you.
Oh, come on then.
Right. See your last teaching course. I took some.
What a man. Right, off he goes. Now, remember, it's one call a night. Have you been moving pictures about, Scott? You know the pictures are where they were. We may just have moved the camera a tiny bit. I say that's always a possibility. I say, what a fantastic show tonight, guys. You people have been amazing. There we are. Now, get on to the Scottie McClue YouTube channel and subscribe. Sometimes we finish a beautiful hour show. We've had hundreds of people on and not one subscriber. What are you thinking? There we go. How are we going to grow the phone in? There's Streaky Bacon. Hang on a second. What's going on here? You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Scotty, you cut me off there.
Of course I cut you off. It's one call a night. I told you, one call a night. So there we are. Right, fantastic stuff. Now then, best of luck to you, the wee man who was getting bullied. We shall pray for him. What's your opinion? Says month. I don't know. I don't understand that one. Month. We don't have. Oh, I know what you're at. No, we don't have opinions on that. There's a lot more to come on there, I can tell you. Right. If you've just joined us, a very, very warm welcome. We've got about 6 or 7 minutes left. So don't waste that. If you've got something you'd like to say, on you come and say it. Dinky-Doo. I had to cut that man off there because it's one call a night, and the same with David, he got cut off as well. Fantastic. Let's have your comments. Let's hear what you're all saying. I shall pop back down here. Why does everyone have to agree with you, Scotty? Because I talk sense. I speak verity, numpty-heed. So it's not an opinion, it's fact. Rumour has it. So there we are. Oh, Streaky Bacon. You can't say that. That was the days before Parliament TV. That's a good resolution for Kareem because nobody likes his politics. Danny, everybody likes his politics. It was a great midnight slot last night. Enjoyed it. Chris Grant, did you like that? We popped up random last night at midnight, just before midnight, and we went into Saturday morning. You'll see it on the YouTube channel and the TikTok videos, guys. Follow me on TikTok if you haven't done so, and watch all the TikTok videos and click like, please. Lots of likes. No worries. I think the Scottish, oh yes, we've done that one, haven't we? What do we got here? Scotty, someone is two faces, says Susan. Hello, Kareem, says Martin. There we are. Jerry says, what about Dee? Has she not been on? You should ban swearing on social media. Shocking. Absolutely, Martin. Let's get rid of it. I've nothing to say to you tonight, Martin, says Susan. Good whatever, two faces, says Martin. Buns night's the 25th, also my birthday. Oh, Neil. How fantastic. Well, it's Bun's birthday, isn't it? was his birthday, the 25th. I claim the right to the throne of Scotland. We don't want a German monarchy. Well, we don't have one, Tam. So there you are. You'll find that the Queen's father, George VI, was related to, was it Malcolm II, I think, direct descendant. The Queen herself is 50% Scottish. Her mother was 100% Scottish, and her sister was 100% Scottish. So no chance of anything but Scottish, although the bloodlines are fabulous. Interesting question from John. I've been delivering scam awareness and stopping online bully courses this week. It's terrible with how many cases of bullying are happening. So there we are. So to Chris, come back on the phone, John. Time for the box, Scottie. Lily. We haven't actually time for the box. We've only got 4 minutes. Good night, Scottie, Jerry, Kareem. Sleep well. Thank you very much. Cheers. Who have we got here? You're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
It's David. First call, goodbye.
What a man, dear old Davy. Best of luck to the wee man. Absolutely, who was getting bullied. German Queen, no. British Queen, Scottish Queen. Okay, have we all got that? I'm 51. I feel for the younger generation. Jerry says, my birthday's Monday. Hopefully I'll make it without having the dreaded COVID. There we are. Absolutely, Jerry. We hope you will. Fantastic. What else have we got here? There's Glenn has just joined us on the TikTok. Dinky-Doo, Glenn. How lovely to have you with us. What a fabulous show tonight, guys. Wonderful. Right, I've got 3 minutes. Anybody else for the phones? The number should be in front of you there. All right, so you should have the number absolutely in front of you. And if you haven't, I can give it to you. It's 0141 628 9795. I want everybody right across the world to check with their provider what it would cost them to phone in, because we want everybody in Canada and America, Russia, China, Japan, all phoning in to the internet phone in, making it truly international. We get you all on here, but that's superb. So there we are. I'm on the hoops, Dinky-Doo. We shall see what happens there. Good evening from Inverkip. Shugi, we love you in Inverkip. What a fabulous part of the world that is. I love it. There we are. Happy birthday for Monday, Jerry. And Susan has got that for you. Nice message there. Fantastic stuff. Thank you, Gary. Yes, indeed. Cheers. I'm baking a cake, a big cake with lots of candles. Just you watch you don't get the heat stroke, Jerry, from too many candles on the birthday cake. Scottie, it has a compliment when regulars keep ringing. They want to talk to you longer. That is all. You're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Hello.
Hello, who's that?
Hello, Scottie. It's Neil here.
Neil, how lovely to have you with us from Bournemouth.
Indeed, yes.
Yes, how are you tonight, Neil?
Give you an update before you finish on my sister.
About your sister?
I remember I told you last week she fell and broke her hip.
Yes, on Hogmanay, on New Year.
Yeah, an hour after the bells, yeah. Well, she's still in hospital, but she's getting transferred back home to Manchester on Monday morning.
Oh, wow, she'll be glad about that, Neil.
Yeah, definitely, and she's a little bit more mobile now, so...
The only thing is, it's great that she's had you so close.
Well, me and my daughters and a cousin of mine who stays down here, we've all been visiting and calling her every day, so...
Wonderful.
But she's hopeful that if she gets home, well, when she gets home Monday, being at home will help her recover quicker, and she can still maybe go on her holiday to Lanzarote in April.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
So here's hoping.
Here's hoping, absolutely, Neil. How lovely to hear you, and thank you for updating us. We're right out of time.
Right, okay, no problem.
Lovely to hear you, and Dinky-Doo, sir. There we are, that's our Neil. How amazing is that? His poor sister fell and broke her hip, I think it was, or her leg at New Year, and he was just updating us. Other European royal families don't have the same status as ours. Why is that? Because We are us, John Donnelly. We are the people, I say. Guys, we're right out of time. It's been a blast tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Scottie McClue saying dinky-doo to every single one of you.